recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, and you have 2 minutes.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer.
The committee headed by Representative Joel Chua began investigating the Vice President and her people, even when Attorney Zuleika Lopez was being interviewed by the House Committee of Quadcom Committee, Your Honor. Even if she was answering the questions faithfully and to the best of her ability, she was cited in contempt, detained. Her lawyer was not allowed. Her lawyer was not allowed to be with her when they were trying to detain her in the Women's Correctional Facility, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Presiding Officer, Counsel for the Defense, position po ba ng depensa na pwedeng palampasin ang alleged grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta?
Your Honor, that is not the point.
No. Mr. Presiding Officer, I am making a point through my question and I am asking the good counsel for the defense dahil sinabi nila there was a systematic oppression that yes, yan po ang nag-prompt nung alleged grave threats and alleged incitements ng Vice President na prompt po ng detention ni Attorney Lopez na kanyang inilarawan sa ipinakitang video kanina. Kaya itinatanong ko kung yan ba ang posisyon ng depensa na pwedeng okay lang or pwedeng tanggapin ang grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Before counsel
Yes,
for
Mr. Presiding
responded answers, although he already answered in the affirmative,
No, Your Honor. I was just referring to before.
would like to remind the senator judges to be cautious in making counsels for either party make conclusions of law and fact instead of presenting evidence through a witness they will present or through direct, cross, redirect, or recross. Because if he answers Senator Judge Ontiveros, that would effectively place on record a conclusion of fact and law, not drawn from a witness, which they can very well do so during their closing remarks. And when I allow him to speak by way of repartee to the peroration yesterday and discussion yesterday by counsel for the prosecution. But other than that, as agreed with some of the senator judges, we would try to limit the answers of the counsels for the parties. With your indulgence, Senator Judge Ontiveros, please.
I submit, Mr. Presiding
Thank you,
Officer, may I just in closing make of record that I also appreciated and also submitted to the ruling of the Presiding Officer yesterday because I appreciated that it partook of the history of impeachment proceedings in this court. Pinag-aralan ko rin po ng maigi ang mga nakaraang mga impeachment trials at di hamak na pati noon naging liberal ang pagpapahintulot nila sa mga katanungan ng mga senator judges para lang mas maliwanagan ang iba't ibang punto. So I again thank the good presiding officer and again reiterate my submission to his ruling and thank the good counsel for the defense for his response.
We thank Senator Ontiveros for her indulgence and understanding. Senator Villanueva. And thereafter, Senate President Gatchalian. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer. May I just point out something to the witness? Mr. President, Your Honors, the witness mentioned yesterday that reported statements of the Vice President were referred to the Presidential Security Command and evaluated in coordination with the National Security Council. Just to assist the court in evaluating the relevance and weight of the government security response in determining whether the respondent's conduct constitutes an impeachable offense. May we know from the witness at could the witness explain yung threats po ba, how threats against the president are ordinarily assessed by the government? Kasi dito yung lumalabas yung pag-weigh natin whether or not merong bang bigat yung threat o ito'y ordinaryong threat na nangyayari sa pang-araw-araw nating buhay. Specifically, Mr. Witness, what factors are taken into account in evaluating a reported threat and in determining appropriate measures?
I can't answer on the part of the NSC or TNO because I'm not part of the institution.
In your ano po, in your capacity as an
In my
agent?
capacity,
Yes.
one of the consideration if it's a active threat, if it's the one giving the threat is capable of doing so.
Meaning,
If someone
high-ranking officials, and if you say an
high-ranking and have
official,
a capability or power over to implement those such threat, it is considered, sir.
example, a mayor, perhaps? Would you say a high-ranking official? A congressman?
Not-
Or yung basihan po ng kanyang threat. Kunyari, ang threat ko, dadalhin kita doon sa buwan. Wala naman akong space shuttle. So, wala din pong bearing yon. Is that the correct assumption?
Not only, sir, but also how it was delivered, sir. Like what was mentioned in that I mentioned previously, it was mentioned that no joke, no joke. It's a serious.
So, that is the...
One of the considerations,
That's
sir.
the consideration. Thank you very much. And lastly, Mr. Witness, you made mention na submit mo sa DOJ noong January 30. Is it the same affidavit that you submitted to the HOR?
The one that submitted to the HOR is the affidavit dated February, sir.
So that's the latest.
Yes, sir. The one that complied with the requirements of the DOJ, sir.
Thank you very much for that clarification. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva. Before I recognize Senate President Gatchalian and thereafter Senator Erwin Tulfo, may I remind Attorney Narvasa that your 5 minutes, you will be given your 5 minutes after the questions of the senator judges and before we recognize the counsel for the prosecutor for his redirect. Senate
Honor-
President Gatchalian is recognized.
you,
You may
Honor.
proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.
May I be
Presiding
clarified?
Officer.
I believe that we would do it after recross. So
You
it's-
want, I heard cross.
sorry,
After
Your
we
Honor.
cross.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Better for us.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I just have a few questions, clarificatory questions. Narinig ko ho kanina ginong testigo na nasabi niyo may 40 media personalities doon sa press con. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang inyong inimbitahan, 6 lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit 6 lang?
The 40, we see the number of participants, but the number of person who asked the Vice President during that time, it's limited. And we consider who we sure that is present during that time, Your Honor.
Meron bang kayong criteria kung paano pipiliin itong mga media personalities or kung sino lang ang nagtanong? Kasi kahit hindi ka naman magtatanong, nandoon ka naman, naririnig mo yung mga diskusyon, meron ba kayong mga criteria kung paano pumipili ng media personalities?
Yung sure po namin na present during that time. Kasi kapag hindi po kasi kayo nagtanong, hindi po magpa-pop up yung mukha nyo tsaka yung pangalan nyo.
Okay. At itong mga 6 na sinupinan ninyo, ano yung kanyang common statement na ibinigay?
Kinonfirm po nila na present sila during the November 23, 2024 press conference and yung utterance po ni Vice President narinig po nila.
Okay, I believe ilan dito sa mga personalities ay ipapatawag rin. So tatalon ako sa ibang topic. Nakita ko kanina itong tungkol sa MaxCore Interventures at nakita ko kanina pinakita yung Articles of Incorporation. Mukha siyang supplier ng equipment. Ngayon, nasabi rin na doon ka nag-training for 2 weeks. Sino nagbayad ng training?
Sir, the training is included in the procurement of digital forensic tools. In the procurement document, it ni-require po si MaxCore na mag-provide po ng training included in the equipment, sir.
Yung paggamit ng equipment.
Tsaka yung ano po, yung process po ng digital forensic as a whole.
Yung kanya lang pag sila ba ay 'di ba sa mga IT, let's say Oracle, alam natin kilala yan pagdating sa IT. Si MaxCore ba ay kilala pagdating sa digital forensic training? Kasi sa alam pag nakita ko kanina talagang supplier sila, but are they a well-known or internationally renowned training organization?
It's not the mark score itself, but it's the trainer that they provide, sir, that is capable in training us, sir.
Itong trainer na ito, certified siya in this type of technology?
Yes, sir. The trainer has a lot of certifications in relation to digital forensics, sir.
Can you name a few certification na meron itong trainer na ito?
I can't remember,
Let's
sir.
say Oracle or let's say Microsoft, 'di ba? May mga ganyan
No,
yan.
sir. CompTIA, sir. CompTIA training. I believe he also have a certified ethical hacking certification and a lot more, sir. When it was presented to us, sir.
All right. So itong mga trainers nito ay certified trainers na pwedeng mag-train sa iyo at magiging certified ka rin.
Yes, sir. Initial na akong certificate, sir.
Lastly, Mr. Presiding Officer, after training, nakakuha ka ba ng certification na katulad sa kanila?
No, sir. But that certification that I was trained by them, sir.
Pero ikaw mismo, are you certified to do forensic examinations for your purpose and responsibility?
I have a certification, sir. I am a certified computer hacking forensic investigator, sir.
Itong forensic analysis, meron kang for this purpose, itong pinag-uusapan natin.
The computer, the authentication, sir, part? Or as a whole, sir?
As a whole.
I have a certification in computer hacking, sir, specific. But I have trainings in relation to the...
Iba yung hacking eh. Yung pinag-uusapan natin, forensic examination ng video, forensic examination ng mga ganitong bagay. Meron kang certification doon?
I have certificate, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo, thereafter Senator Judge Marcos. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ang katanungan ko po ay para sa ating testigo. Batid ko po na sa ilalim ng Republic Act 10867, sa ilalim po ng Section 4, ang kapangyarihan po ng inyong ahensya na mag-imbestiga kapag ng mga krimen, partikular na tulad ng mga banta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ikalawang Pangulo, Senate President, Speaker of the House, at Chief Justice. Tama po yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kahit na lalo pat pag ito ay may kaugnayan sa national security. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang tanong ko po, ang pagsasampa po ba ng kaso, nasa mandato rin po ba ng NBI na magsampa ng kaso doon sa mga tao na nagbanta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ikalawang Pangulo, Senate President, Speaker of the House, Chief Justice? Is it automatic or kailangan mag-request sila sa inyo? Matic ba yung pagsasampa ng kaso doon sa nagbanta? In this case, is it automatic or wala lang? Kasama sa mandato niyo to file charges dahil binantaan mo Pangulo o si Vice Presidente kung sino mang yang 4 na matataas na opisyal natin or 5 matataas opisyal natin.
Ang basis namin doon, Your Honor, is yung primary objective namin to investigate cases to the threat to the President, Vice President, Senate President, Supreme Court. And if we found that the evidence is enough that there is a crime committed, we will file a case because that's the output of our investigation, sir.
Kahit po ba na hindi yung biktima, in this case yung Pangulo, biktima ng threat, kahit na hindi siya nagreklamo, automatic po yun? Kahit na hindi siya nagreklamo sa inyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Hindi nyo na siya kailangan tanungin pa na, Sir, gusto nyo po bang kasuhan namin ito? Wala nang gano'n. You will never ask. Sabihin natin, hindi lang Pangulo, Vice Presidente. Nangyari din sa Vice Presidente o sa Speaker of the House, sa Senate President o sa Chief Justice. Hindi nyo naman lang siya afford to ask him like, Sir, will you go to the process? Kasi magpa-file ka po ng mga affidavit. This is a long process, etc. Kahit na Pangulo ka po, may pipirmahan ka mga affidavit. Is it automatic, Mr. Witness?
We submitted it, sir, even without a complaint in the for preliminary investigation, sir.
No further questions, Mr. Presiding
Thank you,
Officer.
Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. Senator Judge Marcos is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, and you have 2 minutes.
Yes, maraming salamat. Mahal na namumuna. Hihingi lang po ako ng dokumento para mas madali nating sundan ang mga pangyayari. Nalilito lahat pagkat wala po kaming papel. At ang nabigay sa amin, eto, Annex FFFGGG. Nalilito po kami kung alin dito yung mga papel. Kung maaari kaming bigyan, unang-una, yung unang tinutukoy, the first affidavit of investigation dated January 30 alleging grave threats inciting to sedition ng NBI. Ikalawa, yung napasok na yata sa record, pero nais rin namin bilang Senator Judge na magkaroon ng kopya ng DOJ certification signed by Prosecutor Bandung February 5 na nagbigay ng 7 grounds na insufficient for preliminary investigation. Ikatlo, yung naibigay na. Ito klaro to, naibigay po ni Mavic at ng iba pang staff natin. Yung February 10, yung ikalawang amended na ibinigay na revised affidavit of authentication, February 11. Ngunit sabi ni Testigo Kalilong na merong kasama ito na wala rito sa record natin at sana maibigay si Senator Judge. Ito yung sulat kasama nung second revised affidavit of authentication. Ito naman yung sinasabing sulat ni Santiago K. Fadulyon ng DOJ na nagsasaad na hindi kailangan na may private complainant yung sina Presidente, ang First Lady at saka yung dating Speaker dahil base sa kaso ng Santos Concho versus DOJ na 2008, hindi daw kailangan yung private complainant. May we also have a copy of the same. Finally, may we urge that a copy also be given of February 14 certification of DOJ asserting that the revised affidavit of investigation was finally sufficient. Nais lang namin na makita yon at alamin yung investigation data, huling-huli, nung March 7, almost a month after the submission of the affidavit of authentication, kasi halos 1 buwan bago utusan na magkaroon ng investigation data form. Sana may kopya rin tayo noon.
To respond to Senator Judge Marcos, what the court has copies of are the pre-marked documents that the parties pre-marked during pre-trial, but not documents that have not yet been pre-marked. Most of the documents you mentioned that was discussed by counsel for respondent has not yet been pre-marked. They only used it to confront via cross-examination the witness of the prosecution. But the ones we have, we will furnish you with a reminder, of course, Senator Judge Marcos, that these documents have not yet been formally offered by either party. And we still have to await formal offer before the court rules on the admissibility, if at all, of these documents. But we will endeavor to furnish the good Senator Judge with whatever the clerk has.
Yes,
Your Honor, if I may.
if we could be provided with whatever the clerk has and adequately identified, not as GGGGG or FFFFF, at sana kung mabuo yung mga dokumentong sinasabi sa lalong madaling panahon. Maraming salamat.
We will endeavor to comply as best we can, Senator Judge Marcos.
Same issue.
Senator Judge Alan Cayetano,
Peram ng
what is your pleasure, sir?
Mr. President and Mr. Presiding Officer, before ruling yesterday, just in the interest of all senator judges being able to follow closely, especially kami sa first row kasi medyo nagkaka-stiff neck na kami. Mahirap tignan yung TV, so baka dun sa
Maglalagay
harap.
na po kami ng TV
Yes.
sa harap ng
And
lamesa
I
ng
don't know,
counsel for parties.
I think all of us own a iPad or a tablet. I don't know what the solution is, but if the secretariat or the clerk of court, the office of the clerk of court can work with our staff, just to give you an example for today, no? If you look at the impeachment complaint on page 19, for example, it says that the affidavit we're looking for kanina, footnote number 72, is this one. In the impeachment complaint, no? It's found on Annex G. Okay. So this is Annex G. If you look at Annex G, it is a certification, not an affidavit. Okay. So where do you find the affidavit mentioned in the impeachment complaint? You actually find it in Volume 14, Annex FFFFFFF-GGGGGGGG. So before I can
That's
even
not
say
dash,
that,
that's FFFFFFF to GGGGGG.
yes. So even before we finish saying that, Your Honor, Mr. Presiding Judge, medyo mahirap. To further complicate, the annexes when delivered to us was labeled annexes. And then when it was pre-marked, iba na yung marking.
That is correct.
Okay. So to clarify, I'm not asking both the prosecution and defense to give us any documents in advance that will prejudice their presentation or the rebuttal. I do understand that it has to be offered, but to speed things up and to make sure we understand, in the same manner that they're asking the witness to examine it, maybe we can be given a copy to examine at the same time, whether digital or actual copy. I don't want to impose upon them to print 24 copies. But again, anyway, it's Wednesday. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for our staff and the clerk of court to meet.
I think
So
we already have a solution for you, Senator Judge Cayetano, as well as for Senator Judge Marcos. We will be furnishing the parties either via soft copy to your respective iPads or laptops, or we will enter their official emails as well. Kayo na po mag-print ng hard copy ng list of evidences as marked, as pre-marked by the prosecution na ipe-present for Article 4. And we will do this by article. However, insofar as I said, the documents presented by the counsel for respondent, these have not yet been pre-marked. But I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for a copy from the counsel for
on
respondent
that point,
for our guidance, whether or not the same will be offered without prejudice to respond to
On
counsel
that
for
point-
respondent, deciding on whether or not they will offer it at the appropriate time.
on that point, Mr. Presiding Officer, even if it's pre-marked, if it will prejudice their presentation, I don't mind it be given in real time. And same, no? If it's being used on cross or recross on rebuttal and hindi to na pre-mark, as long as real time, para lang we can process it. If not, we have to review afterwards and it messes up our preparation for the hearing the next day, no?
Is that possible for the parties once the roles are reversed? May I get a response
Honor.
from the counsel for respondent?
Your Honor, first we'll clarify everything that was showed today was pre-marked by the respondent.
That's not my understanding because the DOJ letter you pre-marked is different from the DOJ letter that we have pre-marked. But we'll verify. So everything was pre-marked,
Yes, Your Honor.
but you presented a document that was not pre-marked either by the prosecution or the defense. Walang marking eh.
I presented all that.
So if it was pre-marked, it's our lookout. Then then there's no problem furnishing the senator judges with a copy of the same.
We have no problem with that, Your Honor.
Senator Judge Alan Cayetano's concern has no basis if it was all pre-marked. Apparently, it was our oversight.